Grand Rising, good morning. Give it a few moments for the notification to go out. Just say hello, good morning, Grand Rising, as you enter so I know who's on. Good morning, sister. Good morning, Juliet. So while everyone comes in, I will introduce myself for those that are new to the group. I am Phoenix Love of A Healer's Haven Wellness Solutions. I work with the empathic leader that is purpose-driven, however, may be struggling with wellness goals and work-life balance. I provide holistic healing solutions and brief intervention strategies to help you achieve your wellness goals and work-life balance. I am the helper to the healer and the healer to the helper. Good morning and welcome to Morning Chat for the Soul. Good morning, sister. Thank you for joining. So the topic this morning is about our root chakra. And the root chakra is so important. Let me just turn my little background music because I always try to have a little music during Morning Chat for the Soul. Okay. And just let me know if you can hear me okay. You can just type yes in the comments. That would be helpful because I just want to make sure we get this message. It's an important message. We are going to focus on the root chakra this week as our meditative focus because it's so important to every aspect of our life. So the topic is about, is the root chakra causing you troubles and problems in your life? And it very well can be the cause. But the interesting thing, I'm just a little sun, let me just turn this a little bit. The interesting thing about the chakras in general is that it has a duality it just has a duality purpose in our lives, meaning that it can be both the cause and the effect, okay? So you may very well be experiencing some, emotional, mental challenges, psychological, physical challenges within your body, within your mind, and the root chakra can be the cause, but it also could be the effect. So I just want to talk a little bit about the root chakra and how it can show up in our lives as problems, and then we'll talk a little bit about what can be done about it because it's so important. The root chakra is the first chakra that is formed when we come into this world. So we actually enter this world through our parents' root chakra area, right? And they entered this world through their parents' root chakra area. So it definitely is connected to our womb, and it is the first chakra to be developed just as we are developed. I'm just going to try to move back because I got a little sun in my face. So this is where we carry a lot of our generational trauma, curses, hereditary chronic illnesses or disease in our body is all stored in the root chakra area. So if this particular chakra is out of alignment, this is where we can start to have some either physical ailments or as well as psychological ailments like I mentioned before. So let me unpack it a little bit just so you had a clear understanding. So the health of the root chakra also, because it is the foundation, it is the first chakra that is formed and developed from the time we are babies. This also has a great impact on all of our other chakras. So if it's out of alignment, 9 times out of 10, there's going to be other chakras that are out of alignment because it's going to have an influence. So that's why I said it has the duality of being both the cause and the effect. Our spiritual growth actually begins within our root chakra. Yes, when we talk about spirituality and spiritual growth, is usually connected to our crown chakra and then our relationship with divinity. But everything starts in the foundational chakra, which is the root chakra. This is why it's so important that we keep the root chakra in alignment, okay? However, even my experience in working with my clients individually, most of the time when they start coming in and I'm doing what I call like a psychosocial or assessment with them and really getting some history and understanding what brought them to come see me in the first place, once they start telling me details of trauma, especially sexual trauma or physical abuse, or having suicidal thoughts, anything like that, long-term depression, I already know before I even do an energy reading on them that their root chakra is going to be blocked or closed or out of alignment. Why? Because this is where we store a lot of those particular experiences and problems. This is where, again, if we have been brought up in a household or by parents that may have had depression or mental illness or alcohol abuse, that is going to show up in us, okay? Because again, we tend to store a lot, especially women, we tend to store a lot of our issues and challenges in our womb area, in our lower area, which is connected to the root chakra. So soon as we are born, the root chakra starts to form. And it usually continues to grow between all the way up to like 3 to 5 is where you see most of the development of the root chakra. So from 0 to 5, think about it, 0 to 5, this is also where our brain is developing the most. This is when we first start learning, speaking. So this is why it's so important that the root chakra is not compromised, because it is in alignment, is directly in alignment with our childhood development. And so in pretty much all of the chakras are. So let me just adjust this because of the sun. Sorry, y'all. Okay. I may have to close this. So I want you to understand that when we talk about the root chakra, we have to really start to look at our history. If we are having problems in that area, this is where the formation of our life starts. Okay, this is why the root chakra is so important. Let's look at some of the psychological symptoms, because I really want you to understand how it impacts us every single day. So again, I spoke about depression, suicidal thoughts, addictions, overeating or eating disorders, even greed. Like if we're, everything's about money and how we can get it, and, even being greedy and, showing up that way in the world. Even just being overly aggressive, can be a result of an underactive root chakra or even a blocked root chakra. Fearfulness, alienation, paranoia, frustration. So those are some of the psychological symptoms. Some of the physical symptoms can show up in our body as like stiffness, lack of graceful movement. I have many of my clients that have come to me and they don't move their body. They're very stiff. They're very much, it's almost like rigor mortis has set into their bodies because they're not moving. And you see a lot of rigidity, because rigidity is definitely associated with an imbalance in the root chakra. So a lot of rigidity, not only in the body physically, but also rigidity in your life, where there's not a lot of flow and flexibility. So if you are one of those people that sort of have like a very fixed mindset, and it's very hard for you to kind of go with the flow, and you have a very set way of doing things, but it's not it's not showing up positively in your relationships or in your life or in your work or anything, 9 times out of 10 there's an imbalance with the root chakra. Okay, because rigidity is definitely one of a primary experience or symptom that may show up. You also may have, from a physical standpoint, some problems with the legs, the thighs, your hips, again, the lower parts of your body, where there may be some muscle or joint stiffness or just problems in those particular areas. Back pain is another physical symptom of a blocked or compromised root chakra. And sometimes even bladder infections. So if you are having these type of symptoms, sometimes it can be related to your root chakra. So it's important to know and have an understanding of all of the chakras and how they impact our lives from a physical standpoint as well as a psychological standpoint. The first chakra is, it's like our seat of the unconscious mind. So if we are feeling powerless, or we are feeling like we're always under attack, or we are feeling very unsafe, because it deals directly with um, feelings of safety, feelings of security. So the opposite of that is true. So if you're having a lot of feelings of being insecure, or not feeling safe, or feeling like, somehow people are encroaching maybe on your space, or you're always feeling like the victim, again, these can be symptoms of an imbalanced root chakra. Why? Because if we think about the foundation, if we think about, what is the first things when we're formed as a baby, when we come out and we're a baby and we're an infant and we're a toddler, those basic needs are very important to us. Safety, security, shelter, someone loving us and taking care of us and making sure that we're protected. So when those things are not taken care of sometimes in our childhood, it will show up in our adulthood. It will show up as a compromised root chakra or an imbalanced root chakra. And let me say this, just from doing the work that I do, the energy healing work, and working with clients on getting their chakras back balanced, using different modalities, that the lower chakras, it always shows up. Like I said, once I get a thorough history and I understand what's going on, I do an energy reading, I'm never surprised. But root chakra is also one of the chakras that I want to say seems to take the longest to get back in alignment. And I believe it's because it is the first one that's formed. I believe it's because of the nature of society and the way things are going right now, and how we are also conditioned in this society. Give me 1 second. Let me try to close this blind because I want y'all to see me. I see the sun is moving. Okay. Nature. It's still a little bit of a sun. Oh. Can't do anything about this sun. Is crazy. Hold on, y'all. Because I want y'all to hear me and see me. That is so bizarre. It was fine and then it just started moving. Close it. Okay. I wanted a little bit of sun, but I guess I have to make a choice. That's annoying. Okay. It's better than what it was. So I was saying that the environmental factor is very important on all of our chakras, but especially the root chakra. Why? Because we live in a society, the way society is now. Think about everything that's going on in this world and the impact that it has on our feelings of safety and security. Think about it. From school shootings, to all of the violence that's going on, to racial tension, police brutality. I mean, just think about everything. Natural disasters, how can we forget that? Global change. So if we factor all of that in on top of, our own personal challenges and things that we have been through, and some of us are being re-triggered, our trauma is being re-triggered because of everything that's going on in this world. It even if we get our root chakra back in alignment, or we've done the work, it's so easy for it to be affected again, just because of modern day society and modern day challenges that are going on in this world. Every day can feel like something is going to happen, and it's very anxiety provoking. Okay, it's very it gets us down. So this is why it's important for us to understand and continuously be doing the work, so that we do have a healthy root chakra and our chakras in an alignment in general, right? Because now we have a greater understanding, and many of you practice yoga and meditation and breathing, and you understand the energy system, so you understand how important it is. But remember, again, it has a duality purpose. It's both cause and effect. So yes, we can have our chakras in alignment, but we have to do the work to make sure we're eating the right foods, we're moving our body, we're doing all the things that I consistently talk about in this community, so that we are healthy and whole in general, right? But the root chakra does have a profound effect on all of the other chakras. Okay? So keep in mind when when you are starting to, if you're starting out incorporating, you're new to the energy system and understanding how the chakras work, you know, there's plenty of information. All you have to do, truthfully, in this community, all you have to do is do a search in this group. You can just search under my name, Phoenix Love, or you can search under #green. I have covered every last chakra in this community. Okay, so you can do a search in the group if you just want to learn more about the energy system. I have done plenty of lives on it, but I wanted to specifically focus on the root chakra this week and really break it down. So throughout the week, I will do posts. I may just resurrect some old posts. It's new information out there, so I'll also include that. But get to know and understand your root chakra, because it is the foundational chakra. It's the base chakra. It's the first one that is developed as we come into this world. It is associated with generational trauma, curses, hereditary illnesses. So it's very, very, very important. It is associated also with our sexuality. So, you know, if you are having some problems in the sexual department, and you know, that may be an area you need to look at, right? Because again, it's in, we got to think about where it's located in our body. It's in the lower part of our abdomen, like the bottom of our abdomen area, all the way around through the back, where the tailbone is. So if you are having, you know, reproductive or you know, sexual problems as well, or you don't have a sex drive, it could be your root chakra. So this is why this topic is so important, because it's like, is your root chakra causing a lot of these problems, or is it the effect of problems that you have going on? Okay, so as I want to actually do an affirmation, a root chakra affirmation. Yep, right on time. And like, I will post this affirmation in the group as well, so that you can, you know, copy and save it on your phone and be able to say it if you know. And even if you're not having any of these issues, it's just good to keep your root chakra strong and in balance overall. So I am going to say this affirmation, and you can repeat after me. You can say it with me. Okay. All right. So it says, I am here and I am safe. I am nourished and supported by Mother Earth. I am safe, protected, and guided in this world. I release any doubts and fears. With every breath, I release the anxiety and fear within me. The earth supports me and meets my needs. I am financially free. I love my body and trust its wisdom. I am at home in my own body. I am immersed in abundance. I like that one. I am immersed in abundance. I am immersed in abundance. that affirmation, like I said, I'll post it in the group as well. But even that last one, I am immersed in abundance. One of the symptoms of root chakra being out of alignment is that this feeling of lack, this feeling of not enough, this feeling of I have to hold on to everything because someone's going to take it from me. This feeling of I'm never going to be, again, insecurities, lack, because it's the seed. It's the seed, it's the foundation. And if we feel internally that way about ourselves, where there's lack and it's not enough, and our identity is compromised in some kind of way, then this is how we're going to show up every day. Even we can look fabulous on the outside, but that communication is going to show up in everything that we do. And then we'll start to see in pockets of our lives, whether it's our relationships, our jobs, our careers, we'll start to see where we're not getting far. We're not accomplishing the things that we want to accomplish. So it's not just, remember, the root chakra, if it's out of alignment, it's not just going to affect your physical health or your mental well-being. It's going to affect everything. Because again, this is chakra number 1. Very powerful. And one thing I have seen in the work that I've done with clients is that there's always some kind of connection where the root chakra is out of alignment and the throat. And I said, makes sense to me, because if you feel you're not sitting on your seat of power, that you have some kind of identity issue, or you are just not feeling like you're enough, and you have insecurities, 9 times out of 10, your communication is not going to be strong. You're not going to be owning your voice. You're not going to be, speaking your truth. So again, the root chakra affects all of the other chakras, but it never fails that when I'm working with a client and their root chakra is blocked, usually the throat chakra is out of alignment as well, either underactive or it's closed as well. So take this week, we're going to focus on the root chakra. That's going to be the meditative focus. I'll, post some different information. I'll post this affirmation as well as others. But, focus on the root chakra. Focus on things that may be unhealed, from your childhood. If you need my assistance, of course, I'm here. You can just reach out to me. And, I'm here to support all of you. Okay, everyone, have an amazing and blessed Sunday, and do something that speaks to your soul. Okay, take care.